I have a dream.
We can put that there. It is wildly inappropriate.
I don't know what you mean by inappropriate. I'm a fucking lamb. Do you really think people care what gets out of this mouth? I don't have a mouth to begin with. Stop cutting me off. This is... Hi. Sorry for the missing 2 weeks. We got abducted. Oh no, that's not right. I mean, I got you abducted. The crazy thing about it is that I widely enjoyed it. You see, I found out that the best way to get an audience is to get it one by one. What, don't you believe me? Well, I got 27 of you people here.
It actually got to 26 in the meantime.
Give me my rifle. Good luck trying to make an escape. I actually dare you. I like hunting. Anyway, so, for today's recipe we will attempt to make our own PCBs. Why, you might wonder? Well, it has nothing to do with the inevitable approach of AI-dominated world where skills related to electronics would be valuable, or the fact that having followers that got the skill necessary to repair me would be a good thing. It has nothing to do with that. I do this specifically for you. You're right, lad. For you. So you can learn how to create things by yourself. It is that important.
Plus, we need to finish this step before we move on with other stuff necessary to finish our product.
Yeah, that too. If you don't know what a PCB stands for, well, it stands for Printable Circuit Board. Calling this thing a PCB is for sure insulting for the people that actually create PCBs, but calling it a die PCB is a more accurate and forgiving description of what we are trying to create here. We are both not familiar with creating circuit boards, which is wild, adding the fact that we are trying to teach it to other people.
But we know you are not here for that. You are here for the entertainment and for the experimenting part also.
And because I abducted them.
Yeah, that as well. What you are seeing right now is just some finishing touches in Rhino for the PCB. I used Rhino instead of the classic KiCad, which, by the way, I don't know how to use. I heard is a lot better for creating these kind of pathways that are used in a circuit board between the elements of it. But right now I will stick to what I know and what I can make just now. It is good enough if it just works. I will leave the improvement part for later. For most of my life, the most I ever learned how to do something or gain actual knowledge was not through theoretical studying, but instead it was always through experimenting. And I realized that just recently. And I think this video in itself is the very much proof for that. Everything from the process shown in the editing to the scripting, it is just an experiment. Even right now I am just experimenting with the settings for the Fibre laser, because it seems not be able to cut well through the tape. Apparently it cuts well through the aluminum foil or any thicker pieces, but the tape doesn't do it for it. Adding any thickness to it seems to just make it worse. Some of the pieces just got welded to the steel piece underneath, but it was through these experiments that I got closer to our actual goal. It was something that I learned from my architectural studies, how important it is, the process of producing something. Right now I am taking a different turn from my last video, in which I am not describing the process while also showing it.
Which, by the way, is wildly stupid. Good thing I interviewed in your videos, essays, or whatever these are.
Yeah, good thing. Though I have a feeling it is more or less kind of schizophrenic for me. Compared to my other video, I wanted this time everything to have a sense. Not just me describing the process, but instead showing it and discussing more about why am I doing what I'm doing instead of what am I doing. And yes, about experimenting. It is about trusting the process. I am sure that there will be something that will come out of this, even if our first trials will fail for sure. Like here my Lasercutter just failed, but we are gonna move forward since the other printer is right next to it, and while cutting with the Fibre laser cutting, I got the idea of just using the accessories that came with the other printer. Even though I initially bought it just to cut the packaging that the lamp will be coming in, and it had these accessories, I did not expect to make this mental connection between the blade accessory and the copper tape and the way I could use it. But here it is.
Would you say this is a good thing that you overthink a lot?
I am quite conflicted about my overthinking. On one hand, it leads me to taking on and being able to produce complex ideas. On another hand, it stops me from taking action on a complex idea. I think it is true that our most complex ideas are actually simple in the grand scheme, or that we should try to make them at least simple enough to explain to us. In that way, it might be easier for us to actually take action if we just break down a complex idea into simpler ones that connect together, make a bigger idea. I don't know if I explained that the best way, but it's about making it easy enough to explain each action that is necessary for it to come together and make the idea become real. Like this video. I am aware that I am talking about anything other than what is happening on the screen right now. But I mean, you can see it. It is just in the chapters. I explained with a few words what I was doing in each section of this video. The process doesn't need more than that, just a few words. I actually hated a lot of the fact that most of my teachers from my previous home country, which is Romania, had this attitude and complex of using complex words. I found it always irritating that there was always this gatekeeping from positions, from ideas, from everything coming from them. Unless you get to your knees and kiss some ass, you are not accepted. That it's one reason that I left. In case you were wondering, that and the fact that the chief examiner called my thesis a paper to impress third graders. So you guys definitely are over the third grade range. I can see it in the analytics. You're around 24 something. Back then I took it as an insult, also because he graded the lowest grade possible for me just to pass. And I could go on and on about this tangent, but I'm gonna stop now. And I'm gonna just have faith in the process and the fact that it might lead somewhere. So yeah, what I was talking about. Oh yeah, unless it is something that I actually can discuss about, I am a bit hesitating at this point to go ahead and describe every step. I think it is because I also feel like it is more like main explaining. Instead of telling you, I can just show you. If you got questions, you can always write in the comment sections and I will come up with an answer.
Are you doing this intentionally?
What do you mean?
Are you intentionally not explaining much anymore, so people will ask about things in the comments, so creating engagement and pushing the video further?
Yes.
This is more mischievous than I thought I will ever see. Looks like something that I would do.
Are you taking notes?
Sure.
Anyway, it looks like we are going somewhere with this, at least this time. Had this idea at the end of just fixing the copper plate in place with some glue, because the piece of paper it comes with, it's not sticking the tape that well on it, because it's supposed to be peeled off, so yeah, it's understandable. So I'm just thinking of putting some glue on another piece of cardboard, pressing that on the copper tape, and then peeling it off, and we are gonna have the mirrored circuit board that we actually wanted to print. But for it to work, we need to do something else first. We need to mirror it in the X-Tool laser cut software first, and then after we press everything up and peel off after 1 hour the paper that the copper tape comes with, we are gonna have our desired circuit board. This should make it easier for us to drill the holes. And yeah, as you can see, it works. I'm gonna stop here for now because I don't want this video to be too long at this point, and it is not probably gonna be too edited. I'm gonna make a few cuts and stuff that it's simpler, but that it's also because I have quite a lot to film at this point. I received my CNC this week and I need to film assembling it and trying it and stuff like that. I also need to film doing an architecture competition that I think it will last 1 to 2 weeks. I had almost 2 months for me to create stuff for that competition, but I postponed and I'm reaching the deadline for it. So I got about 1 or 2 weeks left to do something about it. There is a lot of stuff that I need to do and film. New videos are gonna come up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully even more entertaining than this one is. Definitely more entertaining. But this is it for now. I am quite excited for what is gonna happen with this channel. So we are gonna catch you on the next one. Until then, keep experimenting and don't forget to trust the process.